Yo, what's up, Dream Team? So today we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna review The Batman. So, I walked up to the theater not expecting much for this movie. I'm not even a DC fan, let's be honest, right? But boy, did this movie surprise me and leave me with a takeaway that I feel like y'all need to hear this. Y'all need to hear this, so boom. We're gonna review the plot synopsis real quick like. So we start off on Halloween. It's very rainy, it's Gotham, it's evening, right? Evening time, right? Mayor Mitchell, who we find out later is corrupt, is murdered by the Riddler. We have a crime scene where this man's thumb was cut off. He's got duct tape all around his face with a riddle that no one can solve. All the detectives there are just wondering, just trying to figure out what's going on. We see Batman step through. Boom, boom, boom. The commissioner's like, hold up, you can't be here, right? And Lieutenant Gordon's like, let him through. Because we get to see in this movie how Batman's more of a detective instead of just blowing shit up, killing people. No, this ain't that Batman. This is no-kill Batman, and this is a detective Batman. So he finds out clues from the Riddler. He later finds a thumb drive, right? So him and Lieutenant Gordon are kind of like a detective duo. They basically use a thumb drive, plug it into a computer, and find pictures of Mayor Mitchell with this girl named Anika Kozlov at the Iceberg Lounge, which is where the Penguin resides. So Batman just, boom, goes to the Iceberg Lounge, beats up the thugs, boom, 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 goes through, chilling with Penguin. He's like, what do you know? Who's the informant, right? Because he's trying to find out what's going on. He sees this girl, who will later find out is Catwoman, Selina Kyle. He realizes that this is Anika Kozlov's roommate, so he tells her back to her apartment with his binoculars. He in the rain, just on, just looking through. Goes to the apartment. He's like, yo, I need you to go back to the Iceberg Lounge, gives her some contacts that can record stuff, and she goes there and finds that everybody is dirty. Savage, the commissioner, is dirty, and Gil Coulson are all on Falcone's payroll. Falcone's just a big bad guy. He's so bad, he's over the Penguin. Dia Coulson, he just leaves the Iceberg Lounge. I go to his vehicle, gets in. Riddler in there, laughing. Boom, duct tapes him, almost strangles him until the point where he passes out. The next day comes, right? They have a funeral for Mayor Mitchell. Bruce Wayne comes out, got bags under his eyes because he's living the nightlife. It's destroying him. Goes through the funeral. He looks up to the balcony, sees one man just staring at him. He knows that's the Riddler. Looks back, the Riddler's gone. Next thing you know, SUV, boom, comes through the door, bruh. Almost crashes into Bruce Wayne. He grabs the kid, boom, dives out the way. Hours pass by. It's almost nighttime. You know who's about to step out. Batman comes through, and there's been a phone ringing the entire time. So they got the whole detonation team, shields up, everything. Batman comes through. Boom, boom, boom. Just stepping, right? The phone's been ringing for hours. Nobody wants to answer it. Batman answers it. Coulson's like, he thinks it's gonna blow up, but it doesn't blow up. And Riddler's like, I've been expecting you. Basically, Batman helps Coulson, the DA, solve two riddles. But the third riddle, he knew the answer. And the answer was going to leak. It was going to turn Gotham upside down. It was going to say who the informant was that brought down the Maroni's drug operation. DA was like, I can't do it, bro. They know my family. Everybody's going to get caught up. So he takes it like this. And then boom, he explodes. Batman falls backwards. Based on the information from the riddles, Gordon and Batman think the informant may be Penguin. And they follow him to a drug deal. Selina, a.k.a. Catwoman, follows them to the drug deal, kind of exposes everybody. Consequently, right? She goes there to get the money. Guess who she finds in the back of a trunk? Her roommate, Anika. Now she's losing her shit, bro. Next thing we know, they're in a hot pursuit chase. Batman seizes Penguin, captures him, and Penguin's like, bro, the riddle is not me, bro. You don't even know how to speak Spanish. Batman realizes, there was a riddle that the Riddler had. It said, El Rata Alada, the rat with wings. He thought it was Penguin, but it wasn't Penguin. Meanwhile, Batman and Gordon, they go to an orphanage that was funded by Batman's parents, Thomas and Martha, right? And they learned the Riddler had a grudge. They had an actual grudge against Batman. At that same time, a package is mailed to Bruce's house, and Alfred opens up, who's his butler and confidant and father figure, blows up, boom. Now Alfred in the hospital. Batman, meanwhile, he's still at the orphanage, and he finds out his dad, who he thought was a righteous man, he hired Falcone to kill a journalist that would have leaked Bruce's mother, Martha's embarrassing mental history. You know, Bruce just goes to the hospital, talks to Alfred. He's like, bruh, everything I thought was a lie. And he's like, no, bruh, that's not what happened. He found out that Falcone was going to have the journalist killed. That was never the plan. He was going to just threaten the journalist, right? But once the journalist was killed, Thomas was going to turn himself in and Falcone. So basically, Selina gets back in contact with Batman. She's like, bro, Falcone, who you been chasing this whole time, that's my dad. And I don't care about him. He don't even know that I'm his daughter. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. The reason she's going to kill him because she found out that Falcone strangled her roommate, Annika, because the Mayor Mitchell, who she was in an affair with, told her that Falcone was the informant. It makes sense. Rat with wings, Falcon, boom, mind blown. So now we know Falcone's the informant, right? So we know that Batman and Gordon arrived in time to stop her. But when Batman had Falcone in custody, sniper, across the way, boom, the Riddler killed Falcone, dead in the street. So basically later, Riddler is captured and he's incarcerated in Arkham State Hospital, right? Batman shows up, boom, busts through the door. He's trying to figure out what's the next part in his plan. He's like, this was all part of my plan, right? He was basically telling him, you inspired me. The way you chase criminals into corruption, I wanted to do it just like you. We're partners. I couldn't do anything. I'm weak. I was just behind the mask. You were the instrument in this whole operation. I used you. You followed the clues. You were the one that got Falcone killed. And Batman's like, nah, bro. This ain't part of me, bro. You sick. Now Riddler, he lost it. He's like, this is his idol, and he's rejecting him, so he just basically loses it. So Batman goes back to his apartment. He's thumbing through the walls for clues, everything. Then he looks over. There's a cage. There's bats in it. Bruce gets to thinking, bats in a cage. He looks at the computer, sees that the Riddler had another post up. It's basically saying, oh, I'm going to get all my followers together, and we're going to stop the mayor-elect from becoming mayor, because Gotham can't ever be right. Based on the clues, Bruce is like, aha. The Riddler stationed car bombs around Gotham. And at that moment, boom, boom, boom. The Riddler's going crazy in the hospital. He's laughing. He's like, ha, ha, ha. He's laughing his mind off, bro. Boom. Gotham is flooding. People are dying through the streets. Everybody's running to the arena. They run to the arena where the mayor-elect is, right? And she's like, I will not hide. They're trying to get her like, bro, you can't be out here, bro. The snipers, they're going to kill you, bro. She's like, I will stand for Gotham. I will stand for what I believe in. Boom. Gets shot in like the chest. And she's down. She gets dragged, right? Batman shows up. And he realized like they're snipers. Dudes look just like the Riddler. There's like 10 of them. Batman up there. Boom, 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 boom. You want some nigga? Just sniping all of them, right? Next thing he knows, Selina Kyle saves him. Because he was hanging and he almost like died, right? She saves him. But then he gets knocked out and he loves her, bro. Like he kind of fell in love with Catwoman. He's reaching up and he can't get to her in time. Batman's worst fear is being in a position where he can't help the people he loves because he couldn't help mother and father. So Batman sees her about to get killed. Gets the adrenaline shot, gets up, goes into a mad rage and starts punching the dude senseless. He almost killed him, bro. And then in a desperate moment to save everybody, because there was this wire hanging full of electricity and the arena is filled with water. Batman gets down, cuts the wire, he falls. In the water. But he's okay. He got out of that and he was just helping people get rescued and stuff. And after that, you know, Selina's like, you know, I can't stay here. Gotham's not worth saving. But Batman, Bruce, he's like, I can't give up. This is my legacy. And he realized that vengeance isn't the answer. Here's my takeaway from the movie, right? Here's my takeaway. Usually, when I see movies like this, I get entertained. I was entertained, but there was a bigger message. The Riddler basically was expressing to Batman how a lot of people wear masks so they can be low-key and can sneak and do things they normally wouldn't do. But he was saying, I relate to you so well because our masks allow us to be who we truly are inside all along. My takeaway is that, you know, we all try to hide who we truly are. And the sooner you realize that you need to be yourself, no matter who and wherever and who you're around with, that's when you realize you have true freedom. Also, vengeance isn't never the answer. Easier said than done, but we must learn that we need to cling to our positive emotions. We need to cling to positive aspects, hope, drive, perseverance, and determination to get to the next level. Just like Batman, his passion is to save Gotham. Your passion might be to be a lawyer, to help inner city kids with foster homes, things like that. My passion, you know, YouTube and other stuff. I want to be an engineer. You got to follow the fire that's in your heart. You got to cultivate that fire and fight for your dreams. Because if you don't, who else will? So that's all I'm going to say for today. And that was my takeaway from the Batman. Because in reality, we are the Batman.